Hi, I'm Kalyan Karmakar and welcome to Foodocracy Kitchens. Foodocracy Kitchens is where I speak to you about the food cooked in kitchens belonging to different communities of India. And today I'm going to speak to you a bit about Maharashtrian food, which to you might seem like a no-brainer because I live in Mumbai, which is the capital of Maharashtra. But it's not that easy to find the diversity of Maharashtrian food over here. In fact, most of the restaurants which are here are largely owned by people from the Malwani community or from the Malwan region in coastal Maharashtra. But today, I've got food for you from the CKP community. Now, who are the CKPs? The CKPs are the Chandrasenya Kayas Prabhu. And this food is by a home chef enterprise which started in December 2020 and is called Curries and Biryani. It's run by Sarita Chaubal and her friend Rucha Bobre. So Rucha is originally from Nagpur and she does the Vidarbh Nagpur sort of food. Sarita is CKP, her parents are CKP, and we are today going to try her food largely because I wanted to try some CKP food. It's a lot of non-veg over here. There's meat, there's prawns, there's pulao, there's curries, everything's over there. So while they do a lot of pan-Indian food, but the regional food from their kitchens is what interested me the most, and let me tell you a bit about that. Want to know what's on my table? I'm sure you're excited and interested, and that's what I'm going to tell you. I've got my cheat sheet as always so that I can use the local language as well. So we are going to start with the Karandachi patties or the prawn patties. So patties is what croquets are referred to in Mumbai, and Karandi is basically these small tiny shrimp. So it's got a potato casing and tiny shrimp in it and local masalas and a little bit of coconut, and it's beautiful. And also they put a lot of importance on sourcing as well. And the mutton comes from Gulmohar Mutton in Khar. I've seen the place. It's what one could call a mutton sukha, and the dish name is called the Kandyatli mutton. So this is traditionally used with using the chop cut of muttons, but a lot of commercial customers don't like bony pieces, so she does a mix. And what distinguishes this dish, apart from the use of onion and coconut, which is typical to the CKPs, is the use of poppy seeds. So if you can see, you can make out the grain of poppy seed, and it's intentionally kept grainy so that you can get the bite of khaskhas or poppy along with the onions. So this you could have with a bajra bhakri, bajra millet, while the patties of course by itself with this coriander and pudina chutney. You could, with a rice flour bhakri, have this, which is the prawn sukha or the suki kolambi, and this is more a Konkani influenced dish than CKP, and you can make that out from the use of fresh grated coconut, curry leaves, and there's a bit of tartness which comes from tamarind, and when you try this particular prawn suki, there's a burst of freshness which sort of I won't say explode, I would say which dances in your mouth, and that comes from the coconut. So while the mutton sukha was all about robustness and solidity, this is about a little bit of a fairy dance freshness in it. More mutton, and this is the mutton rasa or the mutton yache rasa, and rasa refers to curry, and let me tell you what goes into the vatan. The vatan is the paste, so they have a vatan of onion, dry coconut, ginger garlic, cinnamon, sticks, cloves, black pepper, and homemade garam masala. And this is slow cooked. The mutton is very tender. This you can have with bhakri or even the short grained rice like the ambe mohar or the sulti kolam, which is preferred over here. Or you could even try the Indrayani rice, which I had when I was in Nashik, which is slightly sticky rice, but goes very well with a curry like this. And they've not made the food too spicy. It's not too oily. It's not deep fried. It's home food. And because it's a home chef enterprise, if you can't handle too much of spice, you can even tell them. And the last dish which I want to show you is a pulao, and it's a prawn pulao, but it's actually called Kolambichi Khichari. And this has been used using ambe mohar rice and prawn. But I want to tell you a bit about the naming of the dish, which to me is the sort of story of regional Indian food. So while this is called the prawn khichari or khichri, but in the menu is there as a prawn pulao, and that's because when you are trying to make the dishes more appealing to a larger audience, Surati said, because most of our customers are not Maharashtrians, but they are what one could call cosmopolitan. She said that, you know, if you write a khichdi and prawn, people won't find it interesting. So that's why she called it pulao, which reminds me of Bangalore, and where the done biryani, which you get over there in the military hotels, which is actually a mutton pulao. It's called the mamsam, which is prepared in the done leaf and then served. But when they put it in the military hotels, to make it appealing to the crowd, they called it biryani. So, well, if you have to call it biryani, if you have to call it pulao, so be it. But if that's one way of making one eat these dishes, then that's maybe something which you know, moms and so on always knew how to do it. And the beauty of this dish is that it's made in coconut milk. So you know, it's beautiful, fragrant rice and lovely, dainty, delicate coconut milk makes a very, very refreshing dish. So it's also one of my favorite pulaus to have now. So see how much diversity which is there in our country, and I keep thanking the home chefs for coming out during the pandemic and starting all these enterprises and you know, presenting their food with full confidence and a lot of attention and compassion, and which has made our lives and our tables so much richer. So I hope you enjoyed this, and if you're in Mumbai or want to order it for someone in Mumbai, Curries and Biryanis is their name. It's run by Sarita and Rucha. You can find them on Instagram.